In this video, we will discuss the next salt, that is plaster of Paris. The chemical name of plaster of Paris is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. That is CaSO4 dot half H2. Now the question arises, does half H2O exists? Does half H2O is possible? क्या आधा water molecule possible है? No. It means बच्चे that two calcium sulfate molecules are attached to one water, or one water is present with two calcium sulfate molecules. That means one will get the half part. But actually half water molecules cannot be able to exist with. So this is what the calcium sulfate, hemi means half and hydra means water. It is also an example of hydrated salt. Next, why it is called plaster of Paris? Because bache, the substance from which we obtain POP is gypsum, and there are a lot of gypsum rocks are present in Paris. So the substance from which we prepare POP is in abundance in Paris. So due to that reason, this is named as plaster of Paris. So formation of plaster of Paris is done by gypsum. Gypsum is calcium sulfate bihydrate. That is two molecules of water molecules are attached to calcium sulfate. When we controlled heat this gypsum, then that gypsum will lost its 1.5 molecule of water and left calcium sulfate hemihydrate, that is POP, that is plaster of Paris. 1.5 or 3/2 of water molecules. If we heat it in excess, then it will form anhydrous calcium sulfate and both the water molecules will be evaporated. अगर बच्चों हम जरूरत से ज्यादा हीट कर देंगे, if we heat it more than 100 degrees Celsius, then both the water molecules are evaporated and that burnt plaster is formed. That is anhydrous calcium sulfate. That is commonly referred as dead burnt plaster. So this is the formation of POP from gypsum. POP is a white colored powdered substance which is stored in moisture proof containers, and it is a very important NCERT question. Why plaster of Paris is stored in or under moisture proof containers? Because when this POP is exposed to moisture, then it absorbs the 1.5 molecule of water and sets itself into a hard mass by forming gypsum. The reversal of this reaction takes place, bache. In the presence of moisture, 1.5 molecule of water is attached to it and calcium sulfate bihydrate is formed, that is gypsum is again formed, which is a hard mass. So to prevent that settling of POP into a hard mass, we store the plaster of Paris in moisture proof containers. Next, uses. It is used for the decorative purposes of various ceilings and various walls. As you all know, are aware, bache, the roofs of the ceilings of the rooms are decorated by the help of POP. Next, it is used to make toys and other ornamental things. Next, it is used by the doctors for settling of fractured bones. As POP hardens when it comes in contact with moisture, that hard mass is used by the doctors to the settle of the dislocated bones, for the settlement of the dislocated bones, of the fractured bones. So POP is wrapped around the arm or the fractured bone so that it will be settled and then heal itself. Next. This POP is used to make air-proof systems in laboratories. As POP become a hard mass after obtaining the moisture, it settles as a hard mass which do not allow the air to goes in or comes out. So to make an air-proof container or air-proof setup, we use POP in the laboratories. And these are the uses of plaster of Paris.